Remember, this race has been won by the likes of Fingal Bay, Monsignor, Mac Fabulous, and Captain Teague was the winner last year. So, you know, it's a pretty nice list of previous winners. But let's have a look at a couple of the contenders. They contested a race that we covered at Ascot last year. It was a race that was won by a horse called Pick Rock, within the Waterside finishing second. Both of those horses now rated 132. So it gives you an idea of the level of form needed in a race like this. I'm just going to let it start a little bit, because the two horses that I want to highlight had different profiles and different ways of racing. Now, the two horses in focus here, this is Vincenzo. He's a horse who's a lot more experienced. And this is a horse called Juventus de Brion of the Skeltons, who was having only his second start over hurdles being pitched in here. Now, different styles of racing. One is much more experienced than the other, like I say, and one is just an easier traveller. Just keep your eye on the horse who's in third position at the moment in the blue and white colours. That is, of course, Vincenzo. Travels very strongly as they jump the first. And Juventus de Brion, the horse with a lot of white on his face in the two shades of blue. Now, just watch the horse back here. I'm just going to point him out for you. Just watch him when he lands over this obstacle and watch what the jockey does. He just gives him a little tap with his stick just to wake him up a little bit. He's just showing a little bit of inexperience, whereas the other horse on the outside is travelling beautifully here in the hands of Sam Twiston-Davies. Now, when we get to the business end of the race, again, it's a different ballgame. This is Vincenzo, this is Juventus de Brion. Just have a look at both jockey styles. Which one do you think is more animated? I think when you watch it, it's pretty easy to work out which horse is travelling the better of the two. Now, if you stop the race in a few strides, you'd have said to yourself, right, which horse is going to finish in front of who? Is it going to be this one or is it going to be this one? Well, I think it'd be long odds on that would be the horse that's in third position at the moment, because he's travelling very nicely. But what I love about Juventus de Brion, he's inexperienced. Just watch how Harry Skelton is really having to work on him. He's back in fifth place here, and you're thinking, oh, he's going to struggle now. Just look at the horse in third. You've got two horses who are rated in the low 130s in front of him. And he just makes a mistake at the second last here, Vincenzo. This is a good race. Now watch the horse in third. Just makes a little mistake, loses his back end a little bit. He does have a tendency to go left-handed, so he's going to be much better at Chepstow. But watch the horse back in fourth at the moment. This is Juventus de Brion. Why are the Skeltons pitching this horse in on only his third start over hurdles in a race of this quality? Because they obviously feel he's a nice horse. Vincenzo went on to have a couple of runs afterwards. This horse has been rested since this start. He's relatively inexperienced, but he's obviously smart. And I think it's really telling that the Skeltons are pitching him into a contest like this. They obviously really like this horse. And I think paddock inspection could be all important with him. But we already know what we're going to get with one of these contenders, and that is Flying Fortune from the Bowen team. She is a little superstar. She really is. She's been a winning machine this summer, especially at Worcester. This was a very valuable contest. She got into this race with a nice weight and a nice rating. Because of that, she's been raised a little bit by the handicapper, but her style of racing, she knows the game inside out at this stage, and she knows what's required. Remember a horse called Accidental Rebel, who ran for Fergal O'Brien and won this race a few years ago? He was a horse that people thought, oh, he's done, he's winning. Well, not a bit of it. He came in here with experience, and he came in here with a really good attitude. Exactly what this filly has. Remember, she gets a £7 sex allowance, which could help her. Will she be able to do this to the likes of Juventus de Brion, Vincenzo, Ryan's Rocket and Intense Approach? Only time will tell. But what you do know with her is she's fit, she's ready, she knows how to jump, and she will not go down without a fight. And I think, Sean, this is almost a season opener for us, but this is one that will already whet the appetite.